Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today, continuing our Essentials series, we're going to be talking about the second Doctor. And my question is, what are 5 essential stories that you think every Doctor Who fan should see with the second Doctor? From his era, not counting multi-Doctor stories. From his era, from 66 to 69. Because if we're talking multi-Doctor stories, 3 of the spots would be taken up by multi-Doctor stories. Well, all right, at least 2 of the spots. But we're going to not do those. We're just going to look at 5 stories from his era I think every Doctor Who fan should see. Number 1 on the list, Power of the Daleks. It's his first story, and even though I know it's completely animated, because all the episodes are missing, I think every person needs to see it. 1, you're getting the first post-regeneration story. You're getting Troughton's second story. You're getting a great story. And 2, you're getting one of the best Dalek stories. The Daleks are written so well in this. David Whittaker writes the Daleks better than anyone. I love how he does the Daleks. So it's great to see this sinister, manipulative, yet still intelligent side of the Daleks. It's got some great visuals, because it's very obvious that they wanted the animation to match what they could of the original production, including using telesnaps and the surviving footage that exists. And so you get those scenes like when Lesterson stumbles on the Daleks rebuilding themselves, and it's so creepy and scary, and you see why he's kind of going mad. And it's done in this really horror style. I love it. And you realize just how manic the Daleks can be. Daleks conquer and destroy. Daleks conquer and destroy. Daleks conquer and destroy. I love it. Wow, what was that? Oh, groom fell down. Wow, all right. Apparently, much like the Daleks there, I got a little carried away. Continuing on. Where was I? I like the guest cast. I like the fact the Daleks aren't the only villains in this. You have the human infighting going on, which of course enables the Daleks to use that to their advantage as well. But Power of the Daleks is definitely a must-see for any Doctor Who fan. It's iconic for so many reasons. I mean, chief among them just being a good story. It's impressive that it can be such an essential story despite being completely missing and only being able to watch in animated form or recon form. It's really a testament to just how well written the story is, and every Doctor Who fan, especially if you're a Troughton fan, needs to see Power of the Daleks. Number 2 on the list is Tomb of the Cybermen. Now, I find Tomb of the Cybermen, like pretty much every story in Season 5 and Season 5 in general, to be good but a little overrated. Season 5 is very formulaic, very Monster of the Week, Base Under Siege. Now, I like Tomb of the Cybermen. It's definitely essential viewing, but one of the reasons it's so essential viewing is that it's one of his few complete stories, and it is definitely one of his better complete stories. I don't care for the Cybermen design in it, for example, but it has some iconic shots like them waking up from their tomb. Troughton's putting in a good performance. I like the guest cast. And it's a decent story in and of itself. So I definitely consider it essential viewing. Just understand that it doesn't quite live up to its reputation, which is exactly what people thought when the episodes were found back in the 90s. It had been built up into such a myth that when people actually got to see it, it was a bit of a letdown. So it doesn't quite live up to its reputation then and now. Number 3 on the list is The Invasion. Despite a couple episodes being animated, The Invasion is probably the best Cyberman story ever made. It fills out its 8 parts well. It doesn't drag. It has one of the best human villains in Vaughn. It has the Cybermen themselves are good in it. I love the Cyberman design. It's one of the best Cybermen designs, my favorite Cybermen design here and in Revenge. It has some of the most iconic shots from all of Doctor Who, with the Cybermen walking around the city in London, I'm assuming it is, and coming out of the sewers. Good stuff. I like the guy playing Packard. It's really good Doctor Who. Really, really good Doctor Who. You got The first episode with Benton, you have the Brigadier back, you have the first episode with the unit having been formed, and Troughton is just great. Troughton's always great. I always just take that as a given. Troughton's always great. The Invasion is must-see for any Doctor Who fan. And next on the list is the Mind Robber. The Mind Robber is different. It's one of the reasons I like it. One of the reasons I like Season 6 more than Season 5 is, as I mentioned, Season 5 is very formulaic, Base Under Siege, Monster of the Week. Season 6 does some different things, and the Mind Robber is a great example of that. It's Doctor Who doesn't lean into fantasy, especially this type of fantasy, very often. And when it does something like that, I enjoy it. I like how unique it is. Much like how Ghostlight is unique and The Haunting of Villa Diodati is unique, which I'll give that. Mind Robber is unique, and I love it how it plays with fantasy. I love how the minimalist take on it really fits Doctor Who's budget, and that makes that work, that minimalist approach they take to this story, especially in episode 1 with just the white background and like the white robots or knights or whatever they are. Really works for this. It has a minimalist cast that works really well. I'm always happy to see Bernard back when he shows up as Gulliver in this. I always love when he shows up in Doctor Who. He's just a great actor. The only thing that throws me off is they keep calling the antagonist the Master, and it's not the Master we're used to. It's not the Master we're used to, because that Master hasn't been created yet. So that kind of throws me off when they keep calling him the Master. It just feels a little weird. But other than that, it's a really fun story, and it really shows what Doctor Who can do when it's really stretching its legs from a writing standpoint, and I enjoyed that. Also, I think this episode really benefits from being in black and white. I don't think it would work as well if it was colorized. This is definitely one of those that needs to stay in black and white. And last on the list is the War Games. I know it's 10 parts, and I know it does kind of have that bit where, okay, they get captured, they escape, they get captured, they escape, but it never feels like it's dragging to me, even at 10 parts, because they're getting captured by different armies. And finding out what's going on is very much a slow burn, where it's like peeling away layers on an onion, where, they think they know what's going on, but then there's this whole other army, and then finding out about the different quadrants and the aliens meddling with everything, to, of course, that essential 10th episode. First off, the episode 9 cliffhanger is one of my favorite cliffhangers in all of Doctor Who. That shot of them running in slow-mo like this is one of my favorite shots in all of Doctor Who. I love that. It shows just how powerful the Time Lords are before the deadly assassin ruined them. And I love it. And then episode 10 is just essential Doctor Who. Every single Doctor Who fan needs to see episode 10. Although I personally think the War Games is fantastic in all rights. It's a good way to pass the time, and it never quite drags for me. Also, again, I like the little hints that there's more going on than what you think. Like when you see some of the guys putting on the evil glasses. I think that's what Jess called them in her reactions. The evil glasses. You'll do as I'm telling you. You'll do what I said, Private Moore. I love that. I actually enjoy the little hints that there's more going on to what we expect. And we get to see the second Doctor use the Sonic to actually unscrew a screw. I love that. So yeah, the War Games would be the 10th place one for me. So I want to know what you think. What are 5 second Doctor stories you consider essential, must-see episodes for every Doctor Who fan? Comment down below and let me know. Other things to do. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. That helps me out, and I certainly appreciate it. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting close, 980. We are getting so close. So my goal is, of course, to reach 1,000 in 2023. So help me out with that if you enjoy the content and haven't subscribed yet. I also have a Patreon, which is also a big help. I want to give a shout out to all of my patrons. I just recently, apparently I'm Sean Connery. I just recently hit double digits on the Patreon. I hit double digits on patrons for the first time recently with Unknown289 re-subscribing or re-Patreoning, whatever you want to call it. He comes and goes when he can, which I always appreciate. He's also been really nice about sending stuff to the P.O. box, which I appreciate. So yay, double digits on patrons. Super excited about that. It really does help. So I certainly appreciate each and every one of my patrons. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Colin Coney, and Finn Perkins. I appreciate their support as I do the support of all of you on the Patreon, and it really does mean a lot. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you'd like to send me to look at and review, and a link to my Amazon wish list is down there as well. Most importantly, thank you for watching. It's just a really good, I'm so distracted now. I've got to fix that. That's going to drive me crazy until I fix that. So, Power of the Daleks. Oh. All right. Oh. If I seem a little off and tired today, it's because I'm a little off and tired today. It's way too hot outside. But yeah, Power of the Daleks is oh god. Ooh, like it's oh man. I lean over and I feel like I'm just gonna fall out of the chair, and then I'm just gonna stay on the floor and take a nap there. You need some help up? Nope, just leave me here. I'm good. I just can't. Man, I've got my AC on like 70 degrees and I'm still sweating. Mississippi summers suck so bad. Let's try this again. Wipe the Gatorade off my nose in the posh British way. So yeah, Power of the Daleks is, I think it's a masterpiece. It's one of the best Dalek stories. I mean, I think last time I ranked them a few months back, it was like my...